a panel of experts: Irina Sukaman, a national security lawyer and geopolitical analyst; Vivek Mishra, Deputy Director, Strategic Studies Program, ORF, and beg your pardon, Professor Swasti Rao, geopolitics and foreign policy expert. Thank you to all of you for joining me on the broadcast. But let's take a look at what are some of the key highlights of the meeting and the joint address. The first thing that we'll talk about is what we have in fact been talking about is the camaraderie and the bond between the two leaders. Let's take a look at what they had to say about each other.
There is truly a special bond between the United States and India, and the world's oldest democracy and the world's largest democracy. And I believe the world's largest country in terms of the numbers of people. And today the Prime Minister and I are announcing a framework to strengthen those ties even further economically. And the U.S.-India Compact for the 21st century is a historic initiative that will deepen every aspect of our partnership and our friendship.
हम मानते हैं कि भारत और अमेरिका का साथ और सहयोग एक बेहतर विश्व को शेप कर सकता है। फ्रेंड्स, अमेरिका के लोग राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप के मोटो मेक अमेरिका ग्रेट अगेन यानी मागा से परिचित है। भारत के लोग भी विरासत और विकास की पटरी पर विकसित भारत 2047 के दृढ़ संकल्प को लेकर तेज गति शक्ति से विकास की ओर अग्रसर है। अमेरिका की भाषा में कहूं तो विकसित भारत का मतलब मेक इंडिया ग्रेट अगेन यानी मिगा। जब अमेरिका और भारत साथ मिलकर काम करते हैं यानी मागा, मागा प्लस मिगा, तब बन जाता है मेगा पार्टनरशिप फॉर प्रॉस्पेरिटी। और यही मेगा स्पिरिट हमारे लक्ष्यों को नया स्केल और स्कोप देती है।
Right, MAGA plus MEGA means mega partnership for prosperity. That was a refrain which came out from Prime Minister Modi there in a way. Irina, coming to you first, as we have in fact been saying, India had been hoping to pick up the thread from the first term of the Trump government, and it seems to have happened seamlessly in a way, at least in what has been captured by the cameras.
This has indeed been a very exciting, very positive meeting with a lot accomplished. First of all, the return of the terrorist alone is worth a lot. We've seen that there's been a lot of tension during the Biden presidency over security issues and concerns. Took one meeting and the issues resolved. I think the opening of diplomatic bodies in the U.S. underscores the growing people-to-people relationship. The key that the Indian diaspora here is playing in building bridges, the professional ties that are growing and expanding, along with the economic business ties as well. And of course, the conversations about the defense and security cooperation, the fact that U.S. and India will be deepening their counterterrorism cooperation are very, very positive. I think the two countries have a lot to offer each other. And of course, the optics of the F-35 sale would be tremendous diplomatic and political win for both sides. More important than the actual airplane is the sign of the depth of the relationship, the depth of trust, and the high regard which this offer indicates on the part of the United States government.
Right, Vivek, let me bring you in on this. Do you feel that in a way the relationship between India and US and Prime Minister Modi and President Trump has in fact gone to the next level?
No, absolutely. The optics of it is pretty clear. They both leaders wanted to pick from where they left at the last in the last term of the president of the United States, the first Trump presidency. So I think the optics are clear, and also the order in which Prime Minister Modi was invited to Washington, I think that was speaking of itself in terms of the importance that America today lays on India. And especially in a fractured world where, that there was going around, America is also trying to woo China and Russia in different ways to bring a resolution to a different set of issues, which doesn't seem to be working out. So I think India is pretty high up in that order in terms of priority. So the optics of it is exactly speaking of a continuity, both in terms of trade, in terms of the strategic partnership, and in terms of the spectrum of the global comprehensive strategic partnership that the two countries have signed. It's great to see that also the defense framework has been, given a Trumpian stamp, so to say. And now that F-35 has been offered, as was being said, I think it's a great optic because India's air power is something that we are now intent on increasing because of the security environment and the threats that we face. And it's increasingly a topic of discussion in the Indian Air Force. And in the Aero Show, if you notice, F-35 was being displayed and its functionalities, etc., to make a case for the F-35. So I think all in all, everything seems to be in the line.
Right.